So it is time to finally sit down and do the sketchbook walkthrough, which I finished the sketchbook wallet for a week ago. All the videos have gone out. Yeah, every sketchbook for quite a while, I've been giving three random words out of the top of my head. So this is Apple Pumpkin Skeleton. Oddly, I did name it that in September, even though it's October now. So I didn't name it for Halloween reasons, I don't think. I can't remember. That's the name I picked. So obviously pumped and dominoes and more dominoes and fish and chips. Marshmallow. I'll look at some of these and the yellows just don't look quite work. Okay, do I know? And like I said before, it has a thing with thinking my hand is a face. I've not quite worked out how to turn that one focus method off. Marshmallow, kind of led to Fleetwood. Experimenting with kind of my blue pen rather than my black pen. And then the start of that commission that I did at the old electric in Blackpool. And then just because I was in Blackpool, doing some more Blackpool. And like I said before, for me, the purpose of a sketchbook isn't to make kind of these amazing drawings, every single one, and making spreads that follow on or anything like that. It's just to keep my hand in, to keep my mind busy, to keep doing stuff day by day, because if I don't do it every day, it could be weeks in between. Like this page as kind of really playful, rough and ready. I want to do some more work like this. If you're a brand and you want someone to do an illustrated ad, as long as you don't want me to draw people. This is the same fire station that's here on this side, here on this side, and this same black building. This is Palatine School in Blackpool. We've got this big odd thing. I don't know how it works, I've never been in. And then we spent some time kind of at Great Eccleston. It's really convinced that right hand is a face. It's on face tracking, you see. Because every other bot I want just put a box around the whole video. Stop it. We kind of. This was Bonds of Elswick, which was a traditional kind of ice cream maker restaurant, and they retired and it all closed down, and I don't know what's happened to it since. Sundays just don't work out very well at all. This is no. You get some days you really like this one in Kirkham. See, it says Kirkham. No, I know it's Kirkham anyways, but I like this one. I quite like this one. It would be nice with kind of a fisheye perspective to it. Really twisted, really. More Kirkham. Because, I used to live just over a mile outside Kirkham. And then I did houses, didn't I? So this is my old house. This is the first house that I had when I got married, when I was still at university. And it's like a dealer along the street. We were the only ones that went, and it was really intimidating. And we finally moved out, and we moved to this. Well, we moved to my parents' old house, and then we moved to this one. The house we lived at in between is this one on School Road. This is my house. This one, as a kid, it's been up for sale recently. It still had some of the bits that my grandfather built in it, because he's a builder. He refurbished the whole house before we moved here. Got a grant from the council to fix it up because it was in a bad state. It had woodworm, dry rot, wet rot, a lot. It wasn't safe. Whereas this was kind of this house we lived in for 9 years with my children. So when we moved out of here, my children were 10 and 6, and it's the only house they ever remembered because we've lived there for 9 years, and everyone always thought we owned this part of the building too. This lady just used to throw chicken to the seagulls. Yeah. And then this is what I assume one of the houses was that I was first in, also where it is. But I was born in East Lancashire and we moved to the West Lancashire, coastal Lancashire, so we moved to Fleetwood. The inn at the Shard Bridge. I mean, I really like some of these, and some days I kind of wish that some of them were were on individual sheets of paper. But it's good just to go in the sketchbook rather than and have a record rather than just piling up paintings that no one really wants to buy. Because, like I said, this is practice. This is how we get better. It's a concerted effort every day to draw. So Fleetwood Market, the butcher shop, the shops everyone were little. What used to be HSBC Bank, St. Peter's Church. I found my father sat on this bench. I sat on. Came and sat down next to him on this bench. And it took quite a few minutes to get his attention to say, I'm sat next to you. You know me, I'm your son. It's across from the church. This is a cafe where I've got work hanging and I still need to go and replace the work. Do some fresh work. Send it to the Fleetwood Library, which, as well as this picture here, shows that whoever designed it was trying to design a church rather than a library. That's the HSBC again, so it's from a different angle. Use my blue pen and it's just not. My blue fountain pen just doesn't command the same attention as the black. Steamer Pub, where Sid Little is. End of Queen's Mews. That's the old Woolworths building. Glazy Days is kind of people used to come to me expecting I'd have different forms or something, and it's like, no, you have to make your own work here, and people would go away and discuss. What do you mean we have to touch the clay? Dorian Loft House, his mother's clock. This one doesn't command the kind of same sort of attention that the previous product one we did. The green is based on kind of this green, but I don't know, it's just, it might be good to kind of put some white lines on it, and that might help bring it together. I want to take the side of this building, and at some point I will, because I've taken pictures of it, at some point I will impose a picture on it. Could even be this picture, that would be quite funny. Let's put this in and we'll photograph that after. We'll put that on the side of their building. But yeah, the old Fleetwood Library and Fleetwood Market and more Fleetwood. And sometimes when you do these, they don't kind of feel that good. And when you go back and look at them, they're better than you remember them being. Still waiting for the money to do this commission, which is multiple buildings, but they're not due to visit the UK till 2024. Painted these few buildings a few times. I'm just trying to work out how I could kind of clean up because I got quite muddy. I would kind of take a step back, trying to make things a little less muddy. And it had only been since I did these commissions where they've gone really muddy. Because if you look at the previous ones, they're not that muddy. Sorry. And then all of a sudden they go really, really. There's something about this commission for this person where my colours go awry because they seem fine the rest of the time. Earth falls and water and stuff, and yeah, it's definitely a fun sketchbook. I mean, I can definitely see improvements. I can see previous bits where I've kind of lost some of that interest, like on here, this area here is awesome. Need to bring back some of that attitude to this small area. And the same in other bits, like, you know, the contrast. Yeah, it's like every time I try to do it. And when I do the final commission, they always look a lot better because I've kind of got my anxiety of making a bad painting out in the sketchbook. And though, we used a dip pen for those, didn't we? See the mark coming through. You try the dip pen in the new sketchbook. Like this, you know, I painted this a few more times than is in the sketchbook. I painted it twice in the sketchbook. I think I painted it 7 or 8 times before I did the final one. Just because I was so worried because I'd done such an inadequate job on kind of these two. But yeah, I will get there. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed flicking through apple pumpkin skeleton.